Hey Trekkies, welcome back to another video. It's been a minute. Why? Yeah, braids. I think I'm over braids. I love braids, but listen, the takedown process and also to get it done is a whole other kettle of fish. And I think I'm just going to give it a break for now because I just can't be bothered, really. But anyway, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Please remember to hit that subscribe button, hit the like, share. I see a lot of people are, now finding this new whatever I'm gonna name this channel. Actually, I do have the name, and I'm gonna tell you soon what the name is. But anyway, I see a lot of people now finding the channel, so please resubscribe. I would really appreciate it. And of course, thank you all for the immense support. And I'm gonna do an update video. I know a few people have been asking me about that, so I'm gonna do a video. I believe maybe around Monday I'll do that video and let you know what is going on. So let's jump into Shanghai Diamond League, which comes up tomorrow, the 3rd of May. I'm excited. I hope you all are. We have a lot of Jamaicans that are in action tomorrow. So yeah, let's jump straight into my preview. What it looks like from a Jamaican perspective and what are my expectations. And of course, feel free to sound off in the comments and let me know your expectations as well. I don't know when since Thompson skittish, the Jamaicans become very, very skittish. I 1 year doing this. My God. My God. What happened to the big, bad, brave Jamaicans? I swear. All right. So we have Natalya Gold topping that comes up in the 800 meters. So look out for her there. When it comes to Natalia and the 800 meters on the circuit, she tends to tactically, run it better. So I'm hoping to see a strong showing from her in this 800 meters. So far, her season best is 1 minute 59.78 seconds, which ranks her in the top three or top four, pretty much of what's going on here in this 800 meters. I definitely expect a strong showing from her, given what she's done so far in the season. And as I said, tactically, she tends to get it right when she runs on the circuit. Is when she gets to the championships and the front running starts to happen, and everything goes left, right? So I'm looking out for a strong showing from her, hopefully in this 800 meters. Now we're going to jump over to the men's 110-meter hurdles. Now I'm excited for this one. Seemingly, Grant Holloway has pulled out of this men's 110-meter hurdles. So that leaves the world leader Cardell Tinch in it. Jamaicans, Orlando Bennett and Hansel Parchment, as well as Rashid Broadbell, right? As well as Enrique Lopez from Spain. We have from China, Lu Jingji. We have from Japan, Rashid Moritaki. We have from China as well, Zhu Zhu Yi. And also from the United States of America, we have Eric Edwards. So those are the athletes that line up in this men's 110-meter hurdles. And I'm pretty excited, especially to see a Rashid Broadbell in this men's 110-meter hurdles. It's going to give me a real perspective as relates to how good that start really has gotten. I know he opened this season running a 13.37 seconds, and I was pretty impressed with that opening, given again how he executed. Didn't really hit much hurdles. I believe he only hit two. Hit the second one, I believe, really hard, but probably just barely brushed, another one before he ended the race. I thought it was really good execution from him. And as I said, the start is key as well and integral for him. And I love the fact that it seemingly does appear that his start is much better. So this men's 110-meter hurdles with the world leader Cardell Tinch that has run 13.06 seconds so far will really give us a good look as it relates to how far along he is in his season one, and of course, two, how much more technically sound is he? Now, I really want to call Rashid Broadbell to win this race. I swear to you, that's how I feel. I definitely feel as though it's well within his capabilities to win this race. But I don't want to undercut the world leader because 13.06 seconds is really fast, right? So I don't really want to undercut the world leader in this particular race. So this is what I'm gonna say, right? Broadbell is going to be top three in this race. I'm expecting Hanzo Parchment as well to move up a rank. I'm probably expecting to see Rashid run maybe a 13-1, right? If he runs a 13-1 and it makes him win, fantastic. But I'm expecting, given what I've seen everybody else do, that a few of them may run 13 O's in this particular race, or maybe one, right? And then we may see some more 13-1s as well. So Rashid Broadbell, I definitely expect to be in the 13-1 category, and I think that would rank him in top three for sure. Hansel, as I said, I do expect him to move up, right? I'm expecting probably maybe a 13-2. You know what I mean? 13-2, maybe 13-1 high, right? That's probably what I'm looking for from Hansel. Moves him up, but given what everybody else is doing, um, maybe not that much, but this is typical of Hans, as I said, when it comes to his season. So I'm not necessarily perturbed. I know by the time he gets around to trials, you really start to see the smooth flowing Hansel, come through, especially with his immense top end speed. So I'm not really concerned right now as it relates to anything going on. Actually, I was very impressed, as I said, with his 13:49 opening the season. So this is a good look for Jamaica as far as I'm concerned in the hurdles. Orlando Bennett also, for me, is also a slow starter when it comes to the hurdles, and he opened up with a 13:39. So I'm impressed with that too. So I'm expecting, good things from Orlando Bennett as well this season. I think, as I said, I've been dubbing this Jamaica versus USA this season in the hurdles, and I do think this is what's going to happen. Yes, there are going to be some more, athletes from other nations that are, sparkled or sprinkled, here and there throughout the race, but I do think for the most part, this is going to be Jamaica versus USA, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I do have Rashid Broadbell to dominate at the end of the day. So let's see how, this race goes for him. And one step further to what I hope will be World Championship glory, right? All right. So let's jump over into the men's triple jump. I missed him last time I was doing my preview. Didn't realize that we had somebody in the triple jump. Not gonna miss him this time around since he did win the triple jump. Jordan Scott jumping a personal best 17.27 meters. Excited for him. Absolutely. It's gonna be a little tougher though in this one because Pedro Pichardo lines up here in the men's triple jump, and he's at 18.08 meters personal best, jumper. So though he has opened the season yet, he's smooth, flowing, jumping style. He, as well as Jaden Hibbert, I love how they jump. They're literally at the pit by the time they're heading into inside the pit. You know what I mean? So that hop and that step phase, their step phase literally takes them to the pit, right? So I really, really love it. And again, it looks so effortless as well. So, it's gonna be tough for Jordan. I'm just hoping that the pressure that he may feel, maybe not, because sometimes when you know that people are better than you, you may not really feel that much pressure. But I'm hoping that, the good pressure that he will be under, my assumption is from Pedro Pichardo, will pull him to another personal best. Because as I did indicate, he jumped a PB last time around in Diamond to win. However, that 17.27 has to get to maybe 17 mids and higher if he wants to really feature globally when we talk about, getting to a world championship final and probably placing, right? So that's my view there when it comes to Jordan. But I'm excited for him. I'm definitely excited for him, and I love his growth. I've been watching him all season, as I said, barely missed out on a medal at the World Indoor Championship. So I'm really, really looking out for him this season. Not much expectations, guys, because I'm not going to start thinking crazy things just because, you know what I mean? The triple jump is pretty good, though some of the men seemingly are coming back from injuries, you know what I mean, and not really jumping far. It's still a strong field if these athletes get back to their best. So I'm not gonna throw anything crazy out there for Scott to really, try to attain, right? But for now, I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy with what he's doing. Let's jump over to the women's 100-meter hurdles. This one is interesting. I didn't have Danielle to win. I had, Stark to win, right? And Danielle won in Diamond. So very, very interesting going. The thing with the female hurdles is that it's so close, right? So we have the likes of Tonya Marshall from the United States, Marion Fourie from Russia, not Russia, South Africa, Russia, child. Well, last see one Russian athlete, poor Russia. Anyway, Daniel Williams from Jamaica. We have Toby Amazon from Nigeria. We have Grace Starr from the United States of America. We have Devin Charlton from the Bahamas. We have Pia Szojaska from Poland. We have Wu Yani from China, and we have Nia Ali from the United States of America. Uh, as I said, based on seasons best, a few of these athletes are very close. So we're talking about the likes of a Grace Start, Daniel Williams, Tony and Marshall, Marion Fourie. These athletes are pretty, pretty close together when it comes to time. So literally, the race can go either way. Now, yes, Daniel did win. I do also recognize that Grace Start did, smack into the final hurdle, right? So, if things, go to plan, then it's probably going to be Grace Stark's race. Though, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking Daniel may come out with this one again, but me not call it. Cause anytime I call Daniel for win, she no win. So, me not call her for win. Nothing come me want her win. You know what I mean? So, let's see how it goes there. I'm interested to see what Devin Charlton does. She pulled up in the last race, so let's see what happens in this race for her. And also Toby Amusan is there. She's a world record holder. I'm interested to see how much more she's progressed along her season as well. So yeah, those athletes are the ones that I'm looking out for. Also, did I say Tonya Marshall? I'm sure I did say her name already, but yeah, looking out for her. Nia Ali wasn't looking good in Zyman, I have to say. But Niala Ali, strangely enough, is one of those athletes that may not look really good and then turn up to the USA Championships and look good and then go a World Championships go medal. You know what I mean? So I never underestimate an athlete like Ania Ali. But for now, I'm gonna go Grace Stark and then Danielle Williams. Let's see how it goes in the actual race. Now, final event is the men's 100 meters. I'm clearly very excited for this because Kishane is ready. He's gonna toe the line and show y'all what he's got. And I'm absolutely excited to join him. We have Rohan Watson, Emmanuel Asime from Cameroon, Letsile Tobogo from Botswana. We have Akane Simbine from South Africa. We have Christian Coleman from the USA. We have Ferdinand Omanyala from Kenya. We have Jeremiah Azu from Great Britain. And we have Xi Zhengyi from China. Pretty much the same lineup from the week before. I don't even remember who is not in this race, but for sure I know Kishin is added, right? Oh, the Australian. I think the Australian is not there for sure. Yeah. So, something I'm wondering, guys, when did we become so scared? You know what I mean? I did a little preview video saying, in the event, Kishane shows up, I expect him to win this race. And a lot of people, oh, Kishane is not in that type of shape. Oh, Kishane. And I'm just thinking to myself, and I'm like, what are we on exactly? You know what I mean? So, as far as I'm concerned, this is how I look at athletics in general when it comes to, just any event, right? If you're a certain caliber athlete, regardless of whenever the season is that you're opening, unless you've shown us that you're injured or something of the sort, the expectation is that you will come out and, put the field to bed, regardless, as I said, of the event. That is the expectation. And it's no different here. When, the likes of a Oblique Sibyl was opening up in Kingston. Yeah, he didn't eventually win, and I chalked that up to an execution issue because I do think he could have won, right? But I'm expecting a man of his caliber to come out and put away the field, and it's the same thing here with Kishane Thompson, where a man of his caliber, yes, Akane Simbine has run 9.90 seconds, but Kishane Thompson, the silver medalist from the Olympic Games, is in a whole, class of his own as far as I'm concerned. And my expectation is to see him, come out and put this field to rest, even though this will be his first 100-meter race. And as I said, even though we don't really have much to go off this early in the season, which shows us like, okay, like for many athletes, you'd say in May, they're literally running 10 seconds, then 9.9, and then 9.8. We don't really have that to go off when it comes to Kishane. We know that for the most part, he runs 9.8. You know what I mean? So when it comes to Kishane, this is uncharted territory, yes, but the caliber athlete that he is, for me, says he puts this field away, even though it's his first race. And track is nothing is wrong also with your team losing, right? They're not always going to win, you know what I mean? And it goes for every single sport. So I don't see what the fear is sometime when it comes to you guys saying, hey, I want my team win. I think my team is going to win. Yeah, your team may fall short every now and again, but that's how it go. That's how sport is, right? And that's what keeps it interesting as well. But for this one, I'm definitely calling Kishane. As I said, and I did do a preview video about this already anyway. I called Akani for second. It's gonna be interesting to see what Let's does in this particular race. I'm still looking out for Omeniala. I don't know what is going on with Christian Coleman. Like I've stopped expecting anything. Like, whatever he gives me, he gives me. I no longer have any expectations. I really do hope that Rohan Watson comes out a bit stronger in this particular race here. But yeah, those are my thoughts when it comes to Shanghai. Stop being scared. Nothing is wrong with calling your team for the win. And if they don't win, let's move on to the next one and call them again for the win. They're that good. You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about our athletes that will line up in Shanghai? And yeah, what are your thoughts as it relates to the placings and how the athletes will perform? Like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.